Okay, so a lot of people come up to me and ask me, you're a teacher. How the hell do you travel all over the world? Well, good investing and good investing practices. So I'm going to share some of my insights with you. And today we're going to specifically talk about cryptocurrency. Now, that's about 10% of my portfolio. Um, you know, more than half probably should be in real estate, and then you should have some sort of other passive investing like the S&P 500 or bonds or something like that as well. But you should be diverse. Okay. So today, I definitely want to talk to some of you about like, what the hell is crypto? And is it a way to make money? Well, I've already told you that I paid for my Tesla with a Bitcoin. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make some probably life-changing money, but your time is kind of running out in this cycle. All right, and I'm going to explain why in just a few minutes. The first thing that we're going to talk about is like where to look at cryptocurrency. So I use CoinMarketCap to kind of get my pricing and to try to figure out exactly what's going on and what's happening, at least as far as like if I'm going to buy today. All right, so let's take a look at really kind of what the 4-year cycle means. So I'm going to hit Bitcoin. Now, everything revolves around Bitcoin. All your altcoins, which is pretty much anything that's not Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum as well, are considered altcoins. But they're going to be going on a parabolic bull run very, very soon. So starting this summer. So that's where you can probably, and later into the summer and by the end of the year, make some really life-changing money. All right. So once this pulls up, we're going to go to all time, and we're going to try to take a look at what's happened. All right. So what we're going to do is stretch this out a little bit, and then we're going to kind of go back over here to kind of the beginning. All right. And we're going to try to look at the price history. Now, the last cycle, first of all, the reason why Bitcoin has a 4-year cycle is we have something called the halvening. And that's a very important period. And that happens, I believe, April 22nd this year. I'm going to show you exactly what that means. All right. So I'm going to show you what that, and that means that basically we can get half as much, or we can mine half as much Bitcoin as we could during the previous cycle. All right, so let's take a look at this cycle. So if we look at about 2020 would be about right now. All right, so let's go to pretty much right where we're at. All right, 10.3. So we're someplace in like earlier this range right here of the cycle. All right, 318. So we're like right here. Okay, and you can see the price of Bitcoin was at 7,900 approximately. Now, what happens is right here, okay, around April 22nd, around here is actually that's May. Just go back a month, but right about here, we have the halvening. So again, what happens at that? What do we see happens? It just increases in price and it goes ballistic, okay, until it reaches in approximately that's April of the next year is when that bull run is. Now, what have we been going through ever since then? We had a double top, which took us right to the end of 2021. So, and then what happened after that? We cratered. So we went from, about 69,000 or whatever it was, back down to we see these levels of 16,000. So we pretty much only hit the peak, at close to the within the next year after the halvening, and I think it's close to around 14 months. All right, now this is not financial advice. This is just mere speculation. You have to do your own due diligence, but we can also go back here and we can start looking at some of like why do some of the altcoins go parabolic? All right, let's go back here to, we'll just pick one. How about Solana? And that, why do I really like Solana. I've owned quite a bit of Solana. I bought it at about $14, starting last summer. So I own quite a bit of this. And so when it comes up, we're going to see right now it's $141. Okay. I told you, and these 5% up and downs, you cannot worry about crypto. and that. You kind of have to set it and forget about it. I don't, because I don't necessarily trade it, but I add to my positions. Until when? In about 2 or 3 months, I'm going to stop adding to my positions. All right, so we can see that it's fall. Let's look at the all-time chart of this. All right, and it went up to last bull run, $248. And we're right here right now at 141. Now, what happened? Do you remember when Bitcoin went through the roof? Okay. It was around here was the peak. Okay. When this was $199. And what do we see? It just skyrocketed afterwards. So once Bitcoin hits the peak, these altcoins go nuts. NUTZ nuts. All right. And so we can see that right here, we're entering basically a zone of consolidation. But what do we expect this bull run? Well, I expect basically Solana, which is 141, to be at least 800 to $1,000 by the time it peaks. We'll have to check back on my predictions, so we'll see. But that's probably around, I don't know, 6.5 to 7x from where it's at. Now, some of the other ones, which are a little riskier, that you can take your, pick trying to get, uh, can you can get up to 100x, 200x, 300x. Everybody remembers Dogecoin last time. Well, Doge is still hanging on in the top 10, and it's at 16 cents. It went up to 59 cents. So, I mean, if I was investing today, I'd consider Doge. I'm looking at in the top 10, what do I own? Well, I own Bitcoin, as you know, I had three, now I have two. I have a bunch of Ethereum, like close to 10. And Solana, who knows how many I have, 200 or 300. I have a little bit of XRP, but as we go down, I'm looking at some of the newer tokens. I like AVAX. I really like Chainlink. Um, as we go down a little bit further, I like Near. And so I'm going to look at some of the ones like up here. Let's go to AI. So we know that AI has been really huge lately. So I can just go to, and that's why I own a bunch of Near and a bunch of Render. BitTensor I can't buy unless I open another exchange. But Akash I own. I have AOs. I don't know how to pronounce it. As we go down, I have PAL. Okay, I believe that one's going to be huge. I'm looking for a 30 to 40x on that one. And Opsum. Okay, OPSEC's down here a little bit further. Now, these are just gambling plays, so don't put your money into these coins. Remember, when you're betting on cryptocurrency, or you're actually investing in cryptocurrency, this is highly speculative, so you can lose everything. Just there's a time to buy and there's a time to sell, and I'm buying right now. Okay. And I'm telling you that this is at the time where you can actually make some life-changing money. And again, this is not financial advice. All right, so I would go to AI and I would go to gaming. So I could go to some of the other ones. There's meme coins, Solana Exchange. Those are some of the ones that I have. And then gaming tokens, maybe like Beam or Super. All right, so I've given you a little bit of advice on how to make some picks. So we're going to go to, let's go to my home right now on Coinbase. And I want you to understand that this is an experimental account. My main account is on a Ledger wallet, and I'll show you exactly what that's all about in a few minutes. But you can see that my balance right here. Now, I've taken all the money off in my time. So it says I'm up $2,000, but I took all the money off the exchange and put it back into my bank account after the last bull run. So I got out in decent position, and we're going to dollar cost average in, which I'm doing. And starting in November of this year, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging out. Okay. Because I do not want to be caught with the last one and the last chair when I'm playing, whatever that game is that you go around the chairs. All right. So you can kind of see my balance is going up. So when I look at something like this, and this is not my particular coins that I own. I started with, and I'm going to show you all time, this bull run with, I thought like 600 bucks or something. No, it was a little bit further than this. Where is it? Right? No. Okay, December. Oh, works all time. I want all time. Oh, all time, not a year. Okay, yeah. There's I took it down to $106. Okay. And right here, I had like $662 and I put in like $2,000. I don't know where we're at, right? Somewhere in here. I put in about $2,000. And oh, that's right when it went up. Poof. Okay. And it started going up from there. And that was in December, okay, of obviously 2022. Now I added another $1,000, I believe, not here. Okay, yeah, right when it got really low. Well, actually, it went down to 1842. So you see how it went up. I lost half my position, so it was over at $4,000 almost immediately. So it almost doubled its position, but then went right back down to 1842. Did I panic? No. Did I sell? No. I'm adding. Okay, that's where I'm adding because I can see my portfolio at the very bottom. Now let's take a look at where it's brought us to today. Let's see if I can go over here. And let's see, oh, right here, where we're at today. And you can see that I'm at back to an all-time high. And so I'm going to be taking the chips off the table on this one as well. All right, so my assets, I guess I can show you some of those. I might have to blur out any kind of account information, but we can go down here. So you can see that I have Immutable X, I have Solana. This is only like, remember, I want you to look at this super, render, injective, link, Arbitrum, Helium I'm mining, so I can show you a little bit more about that. But we can go down the list and you can kind of see that I have a little bit, and it's all spread out. So you can see that I don't have too much in any one. Now, IMX has really done really well for me. So again, what we're going to see is these things starting to go ballistic, okay, and really making a ton of money in the near future. And I will do some future videos, so you might want to, like and subscribe to this channel as I will show you my journey if I was putting together a portfolio today. All right, so let's move along and let's go to, so how do you get involved in this? All right, so probably the first thing I would do is I would probably go and I'd get a Robinhood account instead of a Coinbase account. And the reason why Robinhood is they have both stocks and they have some crypto, and you can go back and forth. All right, if you're really only concerned with crypto, I like Coinbase and I really like crypto.com. So I'll put some links in the description below so that you can join these two, either one of these two. Um, but you do have to have KYC, which means you need a driver's license and you really do need to provide a lot of information. So why? So Uncle Sam can get their money when we sell these coins. And remember, when you're in California, you're going to be paying an extra, I think, 15%. You can thank Newsom for that one. All right. So how do I store most of my crypto? Well, it's in something called a Ledger wallet. So a Ledger wallet looks like this. And what you do is you basically download it from the exchange onto one of these devices and it takes it offline. So it's, I think, extremely important to make sure that, that you keep your cryptocurrency, especially as much as I have on this particular one. These are Ledger wallets. So I'll leave a link for that as well in the description. And so you can see exactly, and they cost around $100. Okay. So they're really not that much money, but I have mine. I don't know, I'm showing you mine. And it has a circuit passcode and you have learning codes. And make sure you always write down your passcode and your pass key on like multiple different places and stash them where only you know exactly where they're at. All right. So I want to finalize this video by showing you some of the other things that I'm doing. All right. So I also mine cryptocurrency. So that's another thing that I do in order to make money. So I bought these devices and these devices make money. All right. I'm going to my account on NiceHash. And when I get $500, I pull it off and put it back onto the exchange. Or in this case, I've been putting it into my crypto wallet. So how much Bitcoin? I took, I don't know, maybe 2.2 at this point. So right now I have $106 and I have 4 devices up, and this is how much they're making. So you can see that I am doing the algorithm. I am actually doing, and these are Antminer L3s. Okay, so we can take a look at my rig details, and it tells me when they're offline. So I'm making about $5 a day of Bitcoin. Well, if Bitcoin goes off, um, then obviously I'm making a lot more money than that. So I'm just storing this. So this is a hash rate per second. So it gives you kind of a little bit. I'm mining script, which is a certain protocol that mines Bitcoin. This is how much Bitcoin I'm making in 24 hours. So you can see I'm making very little Bitcoin. Okay. My bet's always been that at some point Bitcoin will rise and fall. And you can see that that's what this happens. Okay, trying to solve this node. But maybe that gives you a little bit better picture as to what mining Bitcoin is. Now, the other thing I do is I mine helium. And let's see if I can actually go through here and you guys can see on the screen, actually, where the heck is it? All right. Um, here's my helium. Okay, here's my helium right here. And you can see that I have quite a few helium hotspots, and this is only like some of them. Now, helium hotspots also mine, but they mine helium tokens. They don't mine Bitcoin. So I've been doing that for about 3 or 4 years. And um, after all the machines I bought, and I probably spent close to $13,000 on all the machines, I'm probably even as of today. All right, which isn't great because I bought them at the last part of the bull run, and I've been saving my helium tokens. And actually, I changed them into Solana tokens, a lot of them. And thank God Solana took them over on their ecosystem. So you can exchange your helium for Solana and vice versa at any particular time. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. This was just an introduction to some coins and what you can do. Again, if you just want to get into this and you want a long-term account, I would start with Robinhood, but Robinhood only has around 20 cryptocurrencies, which you still can make money. I do have a Robinhood account. I have a crypto.com account. I have a Binance account. I have a Coinbase account. I have a Gate account. I have a BitYard account. All of them have different little coins in them. So they give you different opportunities. All right. You can't tell I'm not into this. All right. If you have any questions at all, I'd be more than happy to help you or guide you down your journey. Again, this is not financial advice. Um, I don't know. There's a, God, Becker. Okay, there's a guy named Becker, and he's on if you watch him, he's very good. I'll probably put a link to his videos too because he's just amazing. But he says that it's like getting your dick caught in a pencil sharpener. You are not going to recover for this one. So again, what do I do? There's certain times that I can see throughout this cycle where it's time to start taking profit. Otherwise, you will end up with it in the pencil sharpener. But as always, have a wonderful and blessed evening.